Happy Wednesday morning from the Elk Fire. My name is Chris O'Brien. I'm the Operations Section Chief Trainee on the fire. I'm going to start off with a statistic for you. The number that we actually have in terms of acreage has gone down a little bit for those of you who've been following along as this incident has progressed. We're now actually at 7,281 acres, and the reason for that is because the ground troops out there doing the work on the line and the aviation assets have been able to get a better picture of the actual line on the ground. So we've been able to right size what we estimate the fire to be. So starting off in Division Juliet and Mike, those are on staff. The fire's out in the wilderness. It's very challenging ground for the firefighters to be working, and we try to minimize risk at every possible chance we get. So with the fire burning the way it's burning right now, it's very low intensity. It's actually doing some great work in terms of the landscape. So we're allowing it to do that while we monitor it, and then we're available to address it if the need arises. Moving up into Division Alpha, our crews yesterday found and secured one more cabin in that area in the north end of the fire. So they've now secured 4 cabins from the fire's edge. They've been making great progress, and you can see if you look closely on your maps, if you're following along, there's some hand line in here that goes up to the Long Bridge drainage, and they've actually used UAS or drones to look further north and west from there. And what they're doing is they're trying to determine the feasibility of getting in there and attacking the fire directly. There's not a lot of heat out there. And the crews are finding that ground is difficult and challenging to work in, so they're trying to make some really good decisions before they press forward. But moving back out of there, the crews are also working their way down towards DP 30, and they're planning by end of shift today to have completed the line all the way down here to DP 30 in the 149 corridor. So that would help to lock the fire off, especially with the homes and the residences that are up in the area to the north and east of the fire. Coming down through the 149 corridor, the crews are just allowing the fire to back slowly down to the road. Again, that's challenging terrain and hard for firefighters to engage it directly. So we're going to bring it back into a more advantageous terrain or ground for the firefighters to work, in which case they can address the fire under more favorable conditions. Moving down into Division Golf, again, we've got really good hand line. You can see here in the very bottom, if you're looking at our mapping, you can see at the very bottom that the dozer line and the fire line have actually come together, and that was some really great work that was done yesterday by the crews on the grounds to make sure that the indirect line that we put in with the dozer and the direct line that they're putting in by hand actually brought the whole thing together, and we've now been able to relatively lock off this area and exclude the fire from Lake City and our San Juan and Elk neighborhoods north of Lake City. Likewise today, those crews are going to be working on bringing hand line down, and if you look closely at our map, you'll see a little bit of it on there already. They're looking at bringing hand line down to DP 40 in the 149 corridor, and by doing that, again, we ultimately create that same exclusion strategy that we were doing up in the north part in Division A. Down in Lake City, our structure protection crews are still available. They're still out, and they're working at cataloging all of the gear that we have out there. We're not picking anything up and bringing it in. We're going to leave it out there so it's ready to go in the event that the fire were to stand up and start throwing spots out across those lines threatening Lake City, Elk, and San Juan neighborhoods. We do have a solid contingency plan in place to the east of the 149. Haven't had to execute it yet, but it's ready to go. We're ready to pull the trigger if the need arises. And that group is also our initial attack group, and they have the responsibility for addressing any new starts within what we refer to as the TFR, the temporary flight restriction, which is it's a shape that sits over our fire that excludes civilian aircraft so that we can just use our fire aircraft without having conflicts out there. So they're responsible for initial attack under that area, and likewise they're also available to our partners in Hinsdale County if the fire moves outside of the TFR. So we have that available and we're ready to go at a moment's notice. With that, I hope you have a great day. If you have any questions, our PIO shop has got some great answers for you. Thanks for your time, and we'll see you tomorrow.